Have you ever believed you were worthless? That your strength could never change anything? Maybe it's time to discover that the greatest power lives inside the simplest heart. In an ancient land, there was a village called Arathan. The houses were made of clay and straw. A quiet river passed through them, and the people lived humble lives. Among them was Elior, a shy potter who always stayed on the edge of gatherings. As a child, he had listened to his grandmother's stories, legends of heroes who created miracles with nothing but faith. But as he grew, he began to believe those tales were only dreams. Every night after work, he sat alone and whispered to his reflection, "Who am I? I'm just a potter. No one will ever care what I think." That summer, the heat came early. One morning, people ran to the river. The water was gone. The riverbed was cracked like a wound. In the gathering hall, the elders argued, "We must call for help. We must pray. We must sell everything to buy water." Elior sat in the corner. He said nothing. What could he possibly say? That night, he could not sleep. He sat on the steps outside his workshop and remembered an old story. If the river dries up, a hidden spring wakes underground. But only a heart full of faith can find it. He closed his eyes. He imagined himself digging through dry earth to find a hidden spring. And for the first time, a thought whispered, "Maybe, just maybe, I can do it." Before dawn, he packed his lantern, lifted his old wooden spade onto his shoulder, and set out. People watched him. Elior has lost his mind. He has nothing better to do. But he didn't hear them. He reached the thousand roots tree and drove the spade into the soil. That first strike felt like the first step into an unknown world. For 3 days he dug. His hands cracked and bled. His body trembled with exhaustion. Every night he thought, "Maybe this time I will fail." But then he remembered the children's dry lips, their silent hope, and he whispered to himself, "If I give up, who will be left?" On the third night, he smelled something cool in the earth. He pressed his hand to the soil, the scent of water. Tears filled his eyes. On the fifth day, when he had almost nothing left to give, his spade struck stone. The earth fell silent. He brushed the soil aside. A single drop of water glimmered in the crack, a soft, secret sound, like the earth breathing. He sank to his knees. He let his hands fall into the cold water. He cried. He knew then, all those years he had underestimated himself. With the water skin filled, he walked back to the village square. Silence fell over everyone. An old woman stepped forward, placed her hand on his shoulder and said, "You dared to believe. Now we all do." Women wept. Men turned their faces to hide their tears. Children ran to him laughing. No one ever said, "Just a potter" again. Years passed. The land grew green again. The river returned. But Elior's story remained. Whenever a child asked, "Is it possible to do what everyone says you can't?" their mother would smile and say, "Come, this is where an ordinary potter with nothing but faith changed the world." Moral of the story: never underestimate yourself. You may think you are the smallest link, but you could be the one who saves everything. Real power begins with belief. Have you ever done something everyone said was impossible? Share your story. It may inspire someone who needs hope today.